Hi folks, and welcome to How's It Ray. Today we're going to be covering a paring knife. In my opinion, it is an essential knife in the kitchen. It's very small. The blade is usually 2 to 4 inches long, and it has a pointed tip. This is used for paring of things such as strawberries, bananas, mushrooms, anything of that nature where we don't need a large knife. And it's also used for little intricate designs and things like mushroom caps and such. Another use for it is peeling, and we're going to demonstrate that with a potato. Years ago, that's the only thing people used, was a paring knife. The blade is sharp, okay, and it's as you can see, it's no bigger than my hand. It's very small, comfortable. And the way it's used is not like this, okay? We don't use it like this, but what we do is we hold it in our hand with that grip, okay? All your 4 fingers around the handle of the knife, and your thumb out here. And that's basically what you're going to use to stabilize the knife and make a controlled cut by drawing the knife up to your thumb. Now this isn't dangerous, okay? We don't. If you try this, you'll notice that you're not slicing with your thumb or moving it up and down so that you're going to get cut, but you're going to draw the food to your thumb. Now, what I have here today is a potato, and as I said, this knife is used a lot for peeling. And also I'd like to mention that for some reason it seems as though Italian chefs use their paring knife for a lot of things that you would do with a chef knife in a French kitchen or in an American kitchen. And they actually use a knife to split a potato, for instance, or make take a tomato, cut it in half, and then cut it in quarters, and take that wedge and cut it and drop it right into the pans as they're cooking. Interesting that they do that more so than other chefs. But in any case, here's our potato. We're going to take our paring knife, and we're going to set it at a comfortable angle, and we're going to draw it towards our thumb. And you can see that I can make a very, very controlled cut, okay, even going in and out where the eyes are. And that's pretty thin, okay? And you continue to do this, all right? And there we have it. We're peeling our potato with the paring knife. Obviously, there is another tool to use for peeling potatoes and apples and things of that nature. But before that tool was invented, guess what, folks? This is what chefs or cooks or home cooks, anything, used to use. It's a bit tedious for peeling. Okay, you can get bored pretty easily here. And if you're not really that trained, you can end up taking off more of the potato's flesh than you really want to. But nice thin peel there. If this was an apple, we could actually start at the top of the round and go around the apple, and in one continuous motion take the whole peel off. Obviously with a potato, it's not round, it's oblong, you can't do that. But you can see that it does a fairly good job. Okay, doesn't take up a lot of room in the drawer. Matter of fact, sometimes it gets lost in the drawer. But I'm getting some nice thin slicing done, okay, and my potato is getting peeled. Okay, that's basically how you use a paring knife, and as I said, it's used for peeling, for paring. Maybe you'd want to take a strawberry, pluck out the little hull, put it in your hand, use your thumb against it, slice it in half, slice it in quarters, maybe eighth it, but you can see that that's what I'm doing, is actually pushing the fruit, okay, into the blade. And I'm doing that here. I'm drawing that knife right along, and I'm using my thumb as the leverage to move the knife, and I can change the angle so I can go a little deeper to get those eyes, or a little thinner if I miss a little piece of skin, and just go right along. Okay, and in no time we're going to have this little potato peeled and ready to go. So let me just finish it up. A couple of more strokes. Okay. Again, I hope you can see what I'm doing with my thumb as I'm pushing it along. Alright, and there's our peeled potato. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, the Italian chef seem to use this technique of cutting rather than breaking out the big chef's knife, and not even a cutting board. And let me just show you a quick example of that. But let's cut this potato in half. Again, you can see how I'm holding it, right? And I'm using my thumb and my other hand, or other fingers, to draw that knife in. Okay, so we've just halved it. Okay, now we can have it again the other direction. Just like that, I'm pushing it in again. Okay, so now I've got a quarter. And doing it again, I've got an eighth. Alright, and let's say I was making a minestrone or something. Maybe I'd want to do that again. And as I'm standing over the pot, no cutting board, no nothing, right over the pot, and I can just slice off pieces of potato. Alright, and these are pretty big chunks that you would find in like an Italian minestrone. Now, where you wouldn't use it is if you want to make cuts that are more delicate. See, that's a thin piece, and normally with a chef's knife on the board we could julienne that and make a small dice or a medium dice or whatever. But at this point it doesn't hold up well because my thumb actually bends the potato, and it's not working as well as it should. But for these cuts like this, you can see where if you don't want to break out a cutting board just to cut one potato up, it goes very quickly. Okay, and again I can do this one here, cut it in eighths or more, comfortable size that I want for my cooking, and bingo, there you have it. No muss, no fuss, slices right through there nicely. You don't see any DNA yet, right? So see, it is safe. I'm not bleeding anywhere. I'm not cutting my thumb. It's in no jeopardy whatsoever. This knife does take a little bit of practice to use. Have to get comfortable with it, but it's pretty versatile. And if I was making something that required potatoes cut in this manner, and only one of them, I might not break out that cutting board. So that's the paring knife. How do I rate this knife as its usefulness in the kitchen? I give it a 5. I tend to use it a lot, especially with fruits and small vegetables if I don't need a lot of them. Great for slicing cucumber, great for slicing celery, even a carrot. As you saw, it works very well for peeling a potato. And if this was an apple, I could show you how to peel the apple also that way. Just making a big long circular cut, and that would be that. So 5. I give it a 5. This is an absolute necessity in your drawer. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. And thanks again for watching How's It Rate?